All right, it is Monday, and you guys know what that means. It's Oscars Monday, and on today's episode, we are going to be looking at Best Director. Who are the 5 Best Director nominees that I have faith in that are going to be nominated, and who is sitting pretty comfortably at that number 1 spot? We're going to talk about all that and more right now. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well. My name is Tyson, and we are here to talk about movies. That's right, we do movie reviews, movie trailer reactions, we cover major movie news on our Admit One podcast, we do movie rankings, and of course, we do Oscar Mondays. We are on the way to 1,000 subscribers here on the channel, and I would love to have you guys with us for that journey. We recently just passed the 400 subscriber mark. I really appreciate all your guys' support that you're showing us on the channel. Really means a lot to me, so thank you. All right, with that done and out of the way, let's get on into it. Best Director. Who are the 5 that I see being nominated right now? I feel pretty comfortable about my top 4, but let's talk about that 5 spot later. Number 1, the person who I feel is pretty comfortable, yeah, that's Christopher Nolan. Of course, directing Oppenheimer this year, I just feel like he sits pretty high up there right now, and that is because I think this is his time. For some reason, he has only been nominated one time before, and that is for Dunkirk in 2017. I still can't believe that was his first nomination, but it was. Yeah, with what Oppenheimer did and its technical achievement, I think that's really going to help Nolan. And of course, people are saying it's one of the best films that they have seen in a while. It is the best film of the year. It is his best film. Me personally, I think it is the best film of the year. I love this film, the way, the passion he had for the subject matter, first of all, and the way he delivered it, the way he filmed it, the innovation that he did with IMAX and doing the black and white IMAX camera and all that stuff, I think is just brilliant, and I think only helps him. Of course, the word of mouth does as well, and the fact that it almost has made $1 billion at the box office. Yeah, think about that. Let that sink in. A 3-hour biopic. Not a biopic, I shouldn't say that. A 3-hour historical drama, there we go, has made almost $1 billion. Who would have thought that Oppenheimer would have made that much money? I don't think anybody. And that, of course, has to deal with Barbenheimer, to thank for that success. We'll talk about the other half of that a little bit later here. But yeah, I think Christopher Nolan is pretty set at that number 1 position, and I don't know if I see him moving anytime soon. All right, moving on into number 2. Who do I feel is most comfortable here? Well, I would say that is Martin Scorsese, director, yeah, he is, directing Killers of the Flower Moon, that comes out this weekend, which I am super excited for. Finally going to be able to see it. A 3.5-hour movie. Yay. But anyway, yeah, I think he's pretty comfortable because, it's Martin Scorsese. Anytime he has a movie come out, you almost just automatically throw his name in this race. And I kind of think that's what's going to happen here. Not saying it's not going to be an achievement or anything like that. I am hearing that it's one of Scorsese's best from the limited people who have actually seen the movie. And I am hearing that it's a really great film, and it's some of DiCaprio and De Niro's best work in recent years as well. But I feel like this film is going to be like The Irishman, where it gets a lot of nominations, but almost 0 wins, maybe 1. And I think that 1 could be Lily Gladstone for Best Actress. But yeah, I'm pretty comfortable saying that Martin Scorsese is going to get nominated here, so that's why he's number 2. Number 3, I have Yorgos Lanthimos, director of Poor Things. We have heard almost nothing but great, weird things about the film since it has debuted at the film festivals, and it's just getting rave reviews. Now, people are saying it's a little weird. Not a surprise. Yorgos Lanthimos' last 2, The Favorite and The Lobster, both had that weird vibe, but The Favorite was kind of the favorite of the Academy, actually. It did really well. I think it got 8 nominations that year. Don't quote me on that. I'm just going off the cuff, but I think it got 8. And weird. Is it too weird for the Academy? No, Everything Everywhere All at Once just won Best Picture and swept last year's Academy Awards. I don't think of a conversation of, is this too weird for the Academy? I don't really think that's relevant anymore. I'm very excited to see this film, and I think because, like I said, he did really well with The Favorite, I think they're going to recognize him here, and because of all the great things we're hearing about Poor Things, and I think it's going to do very well this awards season, I think it's almost a lock that Yorgos Lanthimos is going to get nominated here. Coming in at number 4, The other half of Barbenheimer, here we go. Of course, it's Greta Gerwig for Barbie. I think of after I saw this film, I knew it was something special, and I knew it was going to get recognition at the Academy. And that's why I'm really confident that Greta Gerwig is going to get nominated here for Best Director. She was also nominated for Lady Bird, and she has been nominated for some of her work in Little Women. She was nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay for that one as well. And so the Academy has proven that they respect her and that that they've nominated her in the past, which is why I think she's also going to get nominated here as well. I think she deserves it, hands down. The way she just directed that entire film, put it all together, the creative process, the behind the scenes of it all, I think is just brilliant. And she did a phenomenal job with that. Nobody thought it was going to be the success that it was. The $1.5 billion it has made at the box office now. I mean, just unbelievable. I mean, I'm so happy the film's doing well. And yeah, like I said, no doubt Greta Gerwig is getting on in here at number 4. And she deserves it. All right, number 5, that's the throwing up in the air. I don't know who. Right now, I think it's between 2 people. And that is Alexander Payne and Bradley Cooper. Right now, I'm putting in Alexander Payne for The Holdovers. Out of the film festivals, we were hearing amazing things about The Holdovers. Like phenomenal things. A great, heartwarming film. It is one of the best films that some people have claimed that they've seen in years. And Alexander Payne, I think the last couple of his movies haven't done so well, but I think this one's going to be different. And I think the way that he directed it, making it feel like it was in that 70s, 80s vibe, I think he is really going to do very well with it as it's rising in Best Picture. I also think it's going to be rising here. I think it's going to be rising in Best Actor and Best Supporting Actress as well. So I think this film's going to be I think this film's going to be set up pretty well at this year's Oscars. And I also think Payne has a decent shot getting in here because of the success of The Holdovers so far. However, do not count out Bradley Cooper for Maestro. This is also a film that premiered recently at the film festivals, and it has done way better than I think a lot of people thought it was going to. We heard before the film premiered that we weren't sure, or Netflix wasn't sure if they really had a hit on their hands or not. They didn't really know if people were going to flock towards it or respect the work that Bradley Cooper did on the film. It is, of course, about the composer Leonard Bernstein and his life, and mostly between his marriage, who I'm very excited about because Carey Mulligan plays his wife in here, and I think that's going to be a great pairing between the two. Great performances. But anyway, Bradley Cooper, I think it's a crime that he was not nominated for Best Director for A Star is Born. I think he definitely deserved to be that year. And I'm almost hoping in a way that the Academy recognizes the craft and the brilliance that Bradley Cooper has behind the camera, because he's also been a producer on several successful films. So he really has an eye for talent behind the camera as well. So, I'm hoping, but I'm also, like I said, don't be surprised if Bradley Cooper does get on in here at that number 5 spot, because I feel pretty locked in about this top 4. I really do. Number 5 is where I can only really see the switch between those two people. So, yeah, like I said, keep your eye out for Bradley Cooper. Number 7, number 8 here. I have Jonathan Glazer for The Zone of Interest, Justine Triet for Anatomy of the Fall. Jonathan Glazer for The Zone of Interest. I'm hearing okay things about the film, but I'm not hearing the great things that I think a lot of people were expecting after it was shown. So I feel like both The Zone of Interest and Anatomy of the Fall are almost kind of at that down spiral right now, when that is not what you want to have right now for awards season, when it really hasn't even started quite yet. Anatomy of the Fall here, Justine Triet, I have put a lot of faith in this film without seeing it, obviously. I put it in Best Picture for the last 2 times I predicted that. I've always had her in Best Director as well. However, this one premiered at the Fall Film Festivals, and we heard that it was good, but not great. And I think it needed to be great in order to keep on that surge and be in the conversation. But I feel like it's just kind of drifting away at this point, and the film is dripping and getting out of Best Picture, and I think the same is going to happen with Justine Triet. I just don't really think she has a chance on getting nominated anymore. So Bradley Cooper, Alexander Payne kind of flip-flopping for that number 5. I think that's going to happen throughout the season. But right now, my 5 are number 1, Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, sitting pretty comfortably. Number 2, Martin Scorsese, Killers of the Flower Moon. Number 3, Yorgos Lanthimos for Poor Things. Number 4, Greta Gerwig for Barbie. And number 5, Alexander Payne for The Holdovers. So, guys, that's my 5. Let me know yours down below in the comments. Very excited to hear what you guys think. Do you think Nolan's, like, sitting pretty comfortably at that number 1 right now? Or am I just, thinking too crazy and I'm just, like, praising Oppenheimer too much? Let me know. All right? Let me know. All right. With that being said, guys, like I said, we are on the way to 1,000 subscribers. We just passed the 400 subscriber mark. Really do appreciate you guys. When the year tidies up here at 2023 and goes into 2024, that will mark a year of me doing this channel. So I hope we, get growing towards the end of this year with this Oscar content, with the end of the year content I got planned coming up. I'm really excited to be putting out some new shows and some new ideas, some game shows as well related to movie content. So I hope you guys stick around for that. All right, guys, my name's Tyson, and until the next one, I hope you guys are doing well. I'll catch you then.